Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey y'all, this is Ray all day. Thanks for tuning in. Love and Marriage Times Video Child, Season 6. What is this, episode 23? There's too much going on. Too many lies going on, if you ask me. And folks need to start being truthful and honest and start trying to make stuff for TV. Now, all I want to say is this. Now it's going to be some stuff said from me. Now, there are some things I know. I am not an expert in substance abuse, substance use, substance dependence, but I know a whole lot about that subject. And from what I know, some things on this show is equating to some form of fashion of substance abuse. Now, I'm just going to say what I know. Of course, all allegedly, child. You know, I'm not a subject matter expert. Let's just say that. Semicolon, however, comma. You, as well as I know, listen, most of us know some folks who's been on some stuff, okay? And we see the behaviors and patterns, and so we all have our opinions. But for the most part, I'm just going to say my opinion, okay? Now, I wasn't there. I don't live out there in Huntsville. I live in California, Southern California, thank you. And from what I know, and from what I'm seeing, some ain't adding up. Somebody lying, and somebody telling the truth. So I'm just gonna leave that right there. I wish everybody well. This is my preface. I don't mean nobody harm in what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, I wish everybody well. Now let's dig on into it. Now, I got my notes, okay? I got my notes, child. So we end up with Mel brings a drug test over to Keke and her husband while they supposed to be moving and carrying on. And I'm like, why is she doing this? But again, she's a part of the show. She's getting all of, she's making it good TV. So, Mel brings a drug test and pretty much they talking and Keke takes the drug test and Mel reads off the different drugs that is tested for. Now, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, Keke takes methadone for some type of opioid addiction or abuse situation that she has had in the past. And also, from what I understand, when you're on methadone and you test for it, it should be a positive. Now, when they read off all of the different drugs that they're testing for, methadone was one of them. But the whole test came back absolutely negative. Like she doesn't have anything of that in her system. Again, I'm not a subject matter expert, but if you own something and you take a test to see if you have that in your system, and it comes back clean, that means either you're not on it or something wrong with the test. And so that's either way. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe she says she's still on that drug therapy. Now, that's why it's so confusing to me, because 2 + 2 is 4. If you taking this drug and you test for it, because Mel did read off the drug that she's on, apparently, allegedly, and it came back clean, as in, it's a free and clear negative. So I help me understand why it was negative, because something don't add up. So then they start talking about Mel comes over and says, well, why are y'all moving anyway? What's going on? And so they're telling her that they're moving around so their son can get a better opportunity to play football beyond high school. He's in his senior year. And then Mel says, oh, yeah, Tiffany said, girl, every time we lean in with Tiffany says it's going to be a problem. Child, let me take a sip, because don't worry about what that is. Now, excuse me. Tiffany said that y'all supposed to be in a district y'all not supposed to be in, and yada yada, and there they go. So then both of them was like, why is Tiffany in our business? Woo, 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 woo. So then Mel started something with Tiffany and Keke. Child, moving on. So Tisha and Marcel, they talking about taking a vacation with the kids. They're on their way. One of their girl daughters mentioned that she wanted to go to the beach and everything, which is cool. I like the beach. I don't want to go in the water though, so I'm on the West Coast and I got a pool in my house, so I'm good with that. But I used to like going to the beach when I was little, but that water, child, it's black. It's dark. I don't like that water. It looks dirty. Anyway, listen, this ain't even about me. This is about Tisha, Marcel, and the kids. So the kids, they want to go. The daughter wants to go to the beach and have fun and whatnot, but so then Marcel complaining he can't stay that long and yada yada, whoop de whoop. He finally gives in, yada yada. So then Tisha ended up talking about what happened at the party and when Keke threw the drink on her and everything. She says Keke is a drug addicted liar, child. I'm like, ooh, not a drug addicted liar. A drug addicted liar. Oh, okay. Here we go. So then, that's that on that. I mean, there's really no coming back, because you can't do all of what you're doing to Tisha, to me, to Ray Ray, and think that we going to be cool in any form of fashion, because that's not how Ray Ray roll. Just like when I always go back to this, just like when Tisha got called the BITCH by Mel at the Galentine, was that the beginning of season 4, 5, whatever season that was, last year. I haven't seen any amends for that. And now they just kumbaya and whatnot. I don't get that at all. So I understand Tisha's, hesitance to want to, go back to what she don't want to go back to. She knows as well as I do, more so than me, that dealing with a drug addicted anybody is not cool. So, okay. So then Marcel brings up the Stormi situation and how he hit a nerve with her because Stormi's fairly recent issue with her friend's drug abuse or substance abuse hit home when they were talking about it at the party. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Marcel had a little soft spot for Stormi, even though she was calling him a BITCH. And that's another thing. Why is everybody calling the Scots BITCHs? I mean, again, you can't do that to Ray Ray and her husband, Ray Ray and her man, Ray Ray and her boo. None of that. That's not how I roll. So just saying, you may want to tread lightly if you want if you want to go there with me, because you really don't want to. I just don't. This ain't about me. This ain't about me. I just feel so strongly about that. When folks call folks certain words and names, I don't know, maybe because I'm from California. I don't know. Are they used to it down there in Huntsville? All these reality shows use that B word real loosely. See, I would have been got kicked off because that's not what I do. This ain't about me. It's about these folks in Huntsville. So Tisha, is having a hard time coming back from all of that. And also Marcel brought up the feedback that Tisha's having a hard time accepting. And Tisha, come on, girl. Tisha. Come on, girl. You was real, standoffish and real, I don't want to hear that. I just want to talk about this. Well, like, Mel said then, no, we here to talk about all that because that's what the town hall is for. You wanted feedback? Well, that's the feedback. Hello? I mean, just because you don't want to hear it doesn't mean it's not going to get said. I think that's what Mel said. Just not in that way. I would have said it like that, but, hey, that's just me. Not to be rude or anything, but, it is what it is. So then we got Mel preparing for her name change, and then her mom comes in and helps to hear all the good news. The planner is letting her know how things are going to be set up and whatnot. Mel wants security because she got a crazy ex-husband. I don't blame her, because child, what he said later on in this episode to Nell just hello. Anywho, so she was nervous about the name change, but from what I know is, and like she said in previous episodes, in order for her to change her name, she could not be associated with any open court case going on. So now that the court case is CLOSED, it shouldn't be a problem with getting her name changed. Hello? She ain't in no lawsuits like her colleagues. So, I mean, it's all good. So then she awaits to open it when her mom gets there. And it's solidified. Her name is now Melody Cherie Rogers, legally. No more Melody Cherie Holt. Not even Melody Cherie Rogers Holt. Holt is gone, child. Now, I remember when her and Marcel had that conversation outside when she was getting the nameplate changed, and, when her and Martell was first disbanding everything, and she was telling Marcel, well, I got 4 kids by him, so my last name is going to be Holt. And she was real serious about it. So I guess things have changed, child. Damn that Holt name. That's just for the kids, I guess. Well, I say. So next we got Stormi pulling up on Keke, child. Keke in a new place, getting everything cleaned up and everything. And Stormi comes over and they're just talking about what happened at the party. Keke apologizes for snatching. Keke snatched all them cards out of Stormi's hand and was like, girl, you can do this, do that. And then she threw the water on the child. It was a plum mess. So then Keke tittle-tattle. Look, tittle-tattle. How do you say it? Tattletales on Tiffany. Because apparently, look, here we go. Tiffany said to Mel that Stormi's products weren't all that and what the woo. And I'm like, now see, that's just messy now, Keke. Come on now. But Keke is feeling a little way because of what Mel said to her about what Mel said to Keke about what Tiffany said when they was at the storage place. All this so-and-so said and so-and-so said. How awkward, child, anyway. So then again, Keke apologized to Stormi, but Keke acting real immature. But she says she's this and she's that. She's well established and she's well groomed and she's well educated. Why won't you act like it some more, Keke, and show everybody that you are well above the fray? Because right now you looking like you looking, okay? But she said she threw with Tisha, just like Tisha said she threw with her. Child, when first cousins ain't shit. I can tell you a story about how first cousins ain't shit. I think I just might. Anyway, next, Mel invites Tisha and Kimmi to work out. Apparently, Mel has a trainer, and just to keep her body fit and tight and right and whatnot. So they all, appearing up and whatnot, and Tisha's a little, bothered. She ain't really feeling it and whatnot because she probably knows she don't have to talk about some stuff she don't want to talk about. So next we got them working out, and because what's her name? Kimmi is having shortness of breath problem. She said she failed some tests from her doctor, so it's pretty much a done data. But then she said, "But God, the devil is a liar." That is true. However, if you got problems, you got problems. You have to deal with it at the time until you ain't got the problems no more. So we just gonna wish and keep her lifted up that she does well in her recovery. But yeah, they bring up the "Are you okay?" from the party and whatnot, and Tisha is really over it. She don't really want to talk about all of that anymore because it brings back to where it all stems from, which is the Marceau cheating rumors, right? And like Keke said, you got this man picture of his back that I thought it was his back too, looked just like him from the back, but then again, I don't know what. Hey, it looked like it's to me. And then the man going to Africa by himself. I mean, it's just a whole lot of, circumstantial evidence that look real to me. I'm just saying, look real to me. Now, I wasn't there. I'm just saying, it looked, I don't know. We got to, evaluate what evidence is. I think we do. I think we need to evaluate the definition of evidence. Anywho, so Tisha left early because it was too much for her to handle. She didn't want to keep talking about it because Mel kept bringing up, well, could it have been something before that made that a tense situation? And apparently, a conversation was had between Keke and Tisha regarding, again, like I said, possibly Marceau cheating. And I don't think Tisha wants to talk about that anymore. I think, and to be honest, if you think back to last season when that picture of his back was floating around and her mom brought it to her attention, that her whole demeanor changed. Tisha, she wanted to talk to Marceau. She was in the car crying. And that whole edit was a little weird because they went from her crying to him explaining and just, doing his, it's just this, that, and the third. And then he got caught lying about the time frame when he said he had dinner with Chris Fletcher that night. Well, Chris Fletcher immediately came to his own defense because of his past discretions and was like, no, it wasn't that night. I left early in the afternoon. Hello. So I think, again, we got to evaluate what evidence is. And, it is, where I'll leave off at. Yeah, so Tisha left early because of, her uneasiness and didn't want to keep talking about Keke because I think, it would have led back to conversations about Marceau and indiscretions. Anyway, next we got Martell visits. He trying to see what's up with Chris Fletcher. You bring over a couple of bottles of wine and Nell is there guarding and carrying on. So he ended up talking to Nell. They get into it about Mel's name change party. I don't know why Nell got to be messy. Bringing up Mel. You know what? There needs to be a line divided to where they don't talk about each other to, to Nell, stop talking to what's the girl name? Nell Fletcher. Stop talking about Martell to Melody Cherie Rogers. And Nell Fletcher, stop talking to Martell Holt about Melody Cherie. No, stop talking to the exes about their ex. Because it's just it's bringing up mess and stirring up craziness. Because they both still, Melody already don't want nothing to do with this man, but she got to because she got 4 kids behind, and he had the audacity, child, to say he gave her that and that. It's the audacity for me. And then he had the audacity to get mad because she's having a party to celebrate her name change. Get over it. You can't stop. I ain't even gonna say that because it's already. You know what I was gonna say. You ain't stopping the show, Martell Holt. You just do what you do and leave her alone. Again, Nell Fletcher, stop being a messy friend and telling folks about other folks' business when he wasn't even invited. He already knew, plus he gonna find out the deets. Then he wanna know who all invited, that's his friends. Everybody invited. The whole show is invited but you and others. So there you go, Martell. There you go. Anywho, it was just it was just weird because Martell really needs to really hone in on being his own man and stop trying to worry about what Melody is doing. Just because she has 4 of your children does not mean that you have ties on her and tabs on her. And if she don't want to say hello to you, be more mature, speak, and move on. That's all you got to do. Eventually, she will come around to being a lot more nicer to you when she's ready. When you stop shenanigans, because usually it's always her reacting to shenanigans. Anywho, that was it, y'all. That was season 6, episode 23. Child, is getting a lot better in this show because folks is gonna be acting a real plum crazy fool next episode. But thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, and let me know what you think about the episode. Did you watch it? If not, what do you think about my review? Let me know if I made a mistake or two, if I left something out. I'll catch it up next time. All right, peace.